Good morning. Welcome to Mondays with Marthie. Today I want to talk about three things, and actually it's not that at all. I want to help you find your purpose and run with it. So I was looking at my wall in my office, and I thought, all these papers on my wall that it was supposed to help me, I'm done with them. And for me to be able to be done with them, I need to get it out of my system and move on. And that's exactly what you do with clutter and baggage in your life. You use it while it's handy, and then you move on. So I'm going to talk about my cup runs over. And I just realized that I don't have the right saucer for it, but it doesn't matter. So I'm going to go through my Cup Overflows program with you that helped me recover from burnout. And yes, I'm still on that road, but I've made so much progress that I actually feel I don't need to be spoon feeding myself. So I'm going to turn around the screen and I'll show you what I mean. So let's see. So yes, this is me. At the end, you have to remind me. I will share. So somebody can win a CD. This is my Wag vir Reën CD, and the one song that's really relevant is Beautiful Me. It's about getting your groove back. So if we have time, I'll splat it afterwards. So let's do the cup. So this is your cup. Now, you cannot give away something that's not there. So you need something in your cup to be able to fill it up and give away of it. So the source is, for me, it's God. He gives me purpose and He helps me find what I'm here for, and then it fills up. So if the cup is up to this level, it's 10. And then if it's more than that, it overflows, and then I can start giving away of it. Look at that. It's a big mess. You don't know who's going to get. And ever so often people need a special, and then you can give more away. But you can't give away what you don't have. And I'll get more to that later. Now, if you're doing what God has intended for you, you're connecting with the source. Now, this is a body gadget I found. Now, if you blow on it, can you see? It makes a big noise. But the bottom line is, if you align with your purpose, it becomes a body. And then you have more than enough, and then you can give away for people to share. But if your cup is empty, there's not more than enough. Now, you can see my papers that was on the wall is all crinkled up, and it needs love. But it's because I've worked with it. So what I want to show you is my cup overflows. This is my worksheet. So I've got January to December, and I've got my cup. Now, 1 to 10 is filling up my cup. And if it overflows, it goes to 11 to 15. And then I can even go beyond 20. I didn't know that, but it is actually so. So at one stage, I'll show you where that stage is. Where's my picture now? Did I take it out? I'll show you a picture soon. I was a 2. I started at a 2, and I'll show you my worksheet. See? 2. And I had to work to fill it up, fill it up, fill it up. And how you get to fill it up is to decide what makes me happy. I wrote Marthie because it has to be personal. And then here would be my indicator. In March, I was a 2. You can see I was actually lower than a 2. And then I had to go up again. So you can indicate where you are on your chart of how happy you are. And then you can find your anchor point is 10, where you filled up enough so that you can give away and you have a magnetic personality and people are attracted to you. And then you have got 4 corners. One is what fills my cup. And then the other one is who fills my cup. And it's important to, every time something stresses you out, to write it down. Or when something happens that you like, you can write it down. And then I sort of did my 3 goals for the year. My 3-year goal, my goal today, and God's guidance. What does He want me to do? What's bothering me? What's activating me to action? My purpose, that's what I would say. Calling. And at the bottom, I have what empties my cup and who empties my cup. And every time something stresses me out, I would fill it in. You can see mine is filled in. Don't read it. So yes, this is how I worked. This is my worksheet of finding out what stresses me out so that I could look at the individual things and do less of it, get rid of it, and do more of it and more of it, you know. And filling my cup was a basic step every day. I'm working on fixing this for the day. And I actually have a diary that I will share with you maybe next time, that I would literally have a weekly sheet that I fill in, what I feel up to filling in. Sometimes I can't fill everything in because you can't be perfect all the time, but you're working on something. And then I thank you, I forgive you, and I love you, and I believe in you. So it's a thing of acknowledging what you have in your life that's a problem or that's a challenge or that you want, and then working on it, deciding what's the benefits, what is the not so great stuff. That's why you have to forgive it, and then to believe in yourself to be able to reach the stage where you can actually overflow again. And then this is affirmations I found is actually from the greatest salesman in the world, from Ahmedino, and I really like it. I will have good habits. I will meet this day with love in my love. I'm nature's greatest miracle. I will persist until I succeed. I will live this day as if it was my last. I will be master of my emotions. I will laugh at the world. I will multiply my value 100-fold. I will act now, and I will pray for guidance. So that was sort of a easy way just to work on. And then I did my currencies, and you remember I've been working on this for a while now, but it's basically your aspects that keeps you in balance. I've made it 10 now, but at this stage it was still 12. But it's basically your spirituality, self-improvement, being happy, health, nutrition, health, fitness, romance, dependence, and friends and family, career, money in, money out, contribution to society, and physical environment and organization. So that's the things I wanted to touch on, because working on yourself can be a big subject. But what I literally did is I did like 2 or 3 in a week, or a set of 21 days. And then I will take what I still need to work on, and I'll work on the next 3. So, for example, I'll read Bible for 21 days a lot and try to learn something, and focus on what makes me happy. And then the next 21 days I'll say, okay, well, maybe I should start eating right and being fit again. And then I'll move on to the next 21 days. Maybe I should work on my relationship with my significant other and my family. And then the next one would be, okay, let's work on friends and my career. And then it'll be, okay, well, let's work on just getting the money right and my contribution to society. And then you don't do everything at once. You do it like a 21 blocks. So this is where you are at when you're empty. I think of this as a Russian doll where you have all these levels that you can climb. You've got headroom. If I talk about headroom, this is your headroom. You've got the possibility or the potential to reach all the way up there. But when you're empty, then there's no headroom. So then you're at the bottom. And you've got all these colors already in you. It's supposed to be paint colors, but this was very pretty for me, so I used it. And all you have to do is painting with it and working with what you already have, so that you can literally climb yourself up to an upright position where you can stand. That's how I see this picture. So if you're standing upright, then your cup is full and it runs over. So that's that. And then how I have to... the stuff I wrote down is like your cup overflow. You cannot give away what you do not have. You cannot receive what someone can't give you, even if you deserve it. So if somebody's cup is not the size you totally want it to be, that's your problem, man. Can you see? Everybody doesn't have the same cup size. So even if you deserve a cup like that and you've got somebody with a size cup like that, it doesn't matter, because they can't give you a cup like that, because that is their size. So that's a very important point for me. And then love people from your overflow. How much out of 10 are you today? It's very important to ask yourself, how much am I today? Today I am like a 22, I would say. Maybe yesterday I was at 18. So you have to ask yourself, out of 10, how much are you? So that you can start understanding what you feel like and gauge when you're happy and when you're not, and when you have to pay attention. 15, to fill your saucer. 20, and it gets messy. Can you see? It's very messy over here. What does rock bottom look like for you? And looking in the mirror, feeling it in your body, feeling it in your environment, and hanging on to the last thread. What does it feel like when you're really stressed out and things are not going the way it should be going? And then you'll find your balance. And then I have the ingredient or help me cope. It's like a crutch. So I've given the people that help me names. So for example, I had Goldie. You can give him any name. Goldie was the one that makes me eat. And Bacchus is the one that makes me drink more than I should be drinking wine and gives me shoulder pain. And Yvonne is the one that makes me do stuff that I don't want to do. Now what happens is I actually named them after my favorite people. Like Louis is my dad's name, and he used to love me a lot and showed in many ways. So I gave my neck pain the name Louis, because Louis is taking care of me by giving me pain. It tells me that there's something wrong. I should pay attention. I should slow down a bit and not work as hard. And Adrien would be the one, my favorite piano teacher, who taught me about how important it is to watch what you say. Now, anxious, Adrien, is when I get anxious because something's wrong. I'm not comfortable with what's happening. And that's why I give it my favorite name. So I'll literally talk to them. Hello, Louis. So thank you for loving me and keeping me safe. And I forgive you for giving me pain. So let me just get this page out and you'll see what I mean. So I'll do like, I'm working on my neck pain. I thank you, Louis, for taking care of me, and I forgive you for giving me pain, and I love you, and I believe that you're going to be able to resolve this. Now, The Incredibles actually has an incredible story. It's the people that help me, or the things that help me in my life cope with what I'm dealing with. So what at one stage happened in my process is they would sit around the table and we would talk about stuff. I'll ask Goldie, why are you here? Why am I eating chocolates? What's going on? What's my body telling me? And then I'll realize, oh, this one thing was stressing me out and I should deal with it. And then I handle it. And after a while, what happened is I actually started sitting around the table myself, like Marthie. Let me put Marthie here. This is me, Marthie. Marthie started pitching at the table and just sitting. And then later on, I discovered a voice. So this is make-believe sitting around the table. I know it sounds crazy, but for me, it was a crutch that helped me reach the point where I can say I am overflowing again. So now when I'm have stressful situations, it's on the surface, it's actually scary, because when I want to cry, I just cry, and when I'm angry, I'm just angry. There's no levels of protection of people helping me cope in other ways. So it actually becomes very real. It's very scary sometimes, because did that upset me so much that I want to cry at this very minute? You're not delaying it or by eating chocolates or by getting a neck pain or whatever it is. So that was actually an interesting experience for me. So now when I go through my day and I'm at 20 and something happens and I see Goldie looking at me, I say, well, Goldie, why are you here? Let's look at the issue. And that helps me a lot, because then it's not me, it's them helping me, and I can see it in that way. And then, so I make them literally stand in a queue, sitting around the table, and when Marthie shows up. So I have a sacred room you can see I go to. A sacred room is just a safe space that you can go into. So you imagine a space that you can go into and you just say, listen, here it's safe to think and do and spend time with myself and solve problems. So literally I go into the space and I leave everything at the door and I decide who I want to speak to. Maybe I want to speak to my father, I need advice. Maybe I want to speak to some kind of expert, somebody that you haven't even met yet. And you have a conversation about what you should do next or what's stressing you out, talking about possibilities. And there's like a possibility cloak cupboard where you can try on new outfits. Like, let's say I am going to be an amazing singer and I try on that suit. What does it look like? My day is going to be busy. I'm going to be busy on weekends and so I can play out the scenario. And if that doesn't suit me, then I can say, well, it works for me or doesn't work for me, and I can try on another suit. Or what about if I'm just a songwriter or a recording artist and I'm staying at home, I'm making music, but I'm not actually physically on the the road, selling tickets and being on stage. So that's the choice I've made at this stage. So yes, it's just to try possibilities, and this is the sacred room I go into. And then I also have the table there with the Incredibles. We have meetings. Okay, so this is stuff I do to help me deal with what I need to deal with. So new habits, you will see it's literally 21 days, 21 days, 21 day cycles where you work on something. Eh? Because, don't try to work on everything at once because it's unrealistic. But 66 days, then you have a new brain groove. Now, this is amazing. So you do 21, 21, 21, 65, 66, new brain groove. 21, 21, 21, 65, 66, brain groove. So that's how you manage your new habits that help you make the life that you want possible. So you're making a wish list, you're creating a headroom so that you can move into all this space that you need to live up to. Because you know what? If you're like this, you're not meaning a lot to anybody else. You're dragging your world down to a smaller space. But when you stand up, there's room for you to give away of what you have. And that's what you were meant to do. You're meant to be part of the body and contributing. So you have to know what you forgive yourself for, what you haven't done yet, get over it, and then what are you proud of, what are you good at, and what you see in your future, so that you can place an order in the universe saying, I want this, I want this, I want this. And I know Denzel Washington said something interesting the other day. I was looking at a YouTube video where he said, if God gave you something in your heart, it's already yours. You just have to claim it and go fetch it. It's not going to land in your lap necessarily, but that's true. If you have something in your heart, that's probably something that God put there, and you have to make sure that you reach it, and that's why you wired that way. So it's been a process to get to where I am now. And I have to remember that I'm human. I can only do one thing at a time. And I have to say that people like me have a challenge because we're multi-talented and we can do many things. And I'm a strategic planner. I can see the bigger picture, but that just means the picture gets a lot of detail, and I have to make sure that I stay focused on filling my own cup and not giving too much away, because if you give too much away, there's nothing left and your cup runs empty. But once you're overflowing and you manage the flow, it keeps on filling up, and you can really go a long way with that. And it feels like it takes longer, but actually you finish what you start, and don't rush. That's two of the things I always have to. If I had a quote that I would put on my mirror, it would be, don't rush, because then you can start looking for car keys. And the other one is finish what you start. Afrikaans will say, jy moet jou swaar kry met lekker kry, klaar kry. And that's the things that I really feel strongly about. So, and I always also see it as a mustard seed that grows into a tree, and thank you for the tree. But you must realize that sometimes you have to trim the tree so that it can have bigger fruit. And it's part of the process. No use in beating yourself up about it. That's why I'm doing this today, is to show you that I've evolved. I don't need all the physical crutches to remind me of what I need to do next. But it is important for me to share that, because I think there's a reason why you're going through experience, so that you can share it with other people and they can learn from it, and you can grow together. So what I'm going to be doing next, this is a long session today, so I'm going to be singing my Beautiful Me song. And it's a song I wrote on the days when I'm low, to get me up fast. If you're singing, you have to get up fast. And it's just about celebrating who you are and what people see in you the days that you don't always see it yourself. So let's see. I've never moved around a lot, but okay, let's see. Are you ready? Okay. just an ordinary girl. Kindness every day. I forgive myself for who I am, 'cause I'm no angel, not even a fallen one. There's mistakes they may naked and bare. Beautify me is all that I see when you're with me. Your eyes show me the ways God has created perfection. Just an ordinary girl. I'm so scared that you see deep inside just who I am. And it's America when you turn around and leave me behind. My insecurity's no place to hide. Beautiful me is all that I see when you're with me. Your eyes have shown me the ways God has created perfection. Just an ordinary girl. Look how far I have come to be just where I am. And it's a miracle, 'cause I'm human too. Oh, nobody special, just me. Beautiful me is all that I see when you're with me. Your eyes have shown me the ways God has created perfection. Just an ordinary girl like me. Just an ordinary girl like me. So if you want to win my CD with the song on it, the CD is called Wag vir Een, and the song is called Beautiful Me, then you have to leave a comment and tell me 3 things that is a challenge for you. So if you leave a comment with 3 things that's challenging you, you can win my CD. And I'll mail it to you, I'll send you a gift card. So have a wonderful Monday. My name is Marthie, and I want to help you find your purpose and run with it. Please like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you next Monday.